Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. Dylan here. Well, today we are discussing how much can you realistically make as an Uber Black driver, and I'm gonna also give you some hacks and tricks to get into doing Uber Black at a much cheaper option, so you're not spending a lot of money on your car. So we'll get into that. This is a great video for anybody looking to level up your game as an Uber driver, or just potentially looking for a nice side hustle. And maybe you already do have a car that works for Uber Black. So we're gonna get into that, vehicle requirements, just good things you need to know, commercial licensing, insurance. So we're gonna dive into quite a bit today. Before I do, wanted to let you all know that if you are looking for extra money, we have partnered up with Fetti, which is helping gig workers get high-paying job offers in 2 minutes. All you have to do is enter your email, answer I think like 3 or 4 questions, and they're gonna send you a list of high-paying job offers. And make sure to click the remote option if you don't see your area on that list, because they do have job offers in everywhere in the country, no matter where you live. And they also do pay a lot of those jobs do pay same day, or after 2 weeks once you get started. So there could be some really good ways to make money with Fetti. Oh, and by the way, when you use our link, it's free. So you don't have to enter your credit card, just type it in and they'll send you it if you like it or not. So link below for Fetti. And yeah, within 2 minutes, they'll send you high-paying job offers. Okay, and a lot of people like that. So how much do Uber Black drivers make after Uber fees but before? So I live in SoCal and was thinking about doing Uber Black with a 2014 or 2016 BMW 740i, but after I calculated all my expenses, it would be between $25,000 and $30,000 for all insurance and maintenance and car payments. So unless Uber Black drivers make close to 100K working full time, and after Uber expenses, that's $70,000, then minus $30,000, I'm only left with $40K, which is fine, but ridiculously minimal pay for such a job. So what this guy's saying is basically, he's gonna use a really nice car, a BMW 740i. These are the, these are beautiful, beautiful cars. I would not recommend using a car this nice for Uber Black. You can use a Mercedes GLE to do Uber Black, which retail for anywhere from $57,000 to $120,000. You want the stock package, $57,000. Now, you also want to buy the car used. You do not want to buy a brand new car to do Uber Black. It's the worst thing ever, worst decision. You will get really messed up financially if you buy a new car to do Uber period, or Lyft, or any of the gig apps, simply because of car depreciation. Your car will depreciate in value. If you go out and finance a $50,000 car to do Uber, a year later, 2 years later, after you put on 100,000 miles in the car, keep in mind the average person drives 12,000 miles a year. If you're doing Uber, you're more likely putting on 50, 60, 70, 100,000 miles per year. So your car will go down in value drastically. Uber doesn't tell you this because they want you to do that. They're not eating that expense. You are as the driver. It's possibly the worst thing you can do. Now, the only way to beat that is to buy a used car to do this job. Go on Facebook Marketplace, find a used GLE. I've already made videos on this channel. Just do it really quickly just so you guys can see. Facebook Marketplace, so what you want to do is type in 2016, let's do 2017, so that way you have 2 full years, basically a year and a half of doing this. Mercedes GLE. Right, and you want to find a car with around or less than 100,000 miles. And here's a great example. This is a GLC, which I don't know if this one does qualify for Uber Black, but I know a GLE does, and they're very similar. So you could find a car like this or similar, and it has 59,000 miles on it. It's 2017, and it's up there for $24,000. Keep in mind, this is cheaper than if you go buy a brand new Nissan, a brand new Ford, I'm talking about like a Nissan Altima or a Toyota Camry. In this car, 24K, keep in mind, you do need to pay tax on this to the DMV. You're not paying tax to the seller. Don't pay him tax. You gotta take, when you get your car registered and you know the new title, you have to pay the DMV tax. Keep that in mind. So that's gonna be about, yeah, 7% wherever you live, depending on what the sales tax for cars is. So you want to offer them around 20K for that car. So he's selling it for 24,000. That's the starting price. Offer him 20K, 19,000, whatever. He's gonna say no. What are you gonna do? You move on to the next car, to the next car, the next car. You're gonna lowball these guys until one of them says, yes, I'm moving next week, or I'm moving tomorrow. I need the car gone. So what you do is you go meet up with them. You need to ask them, hey, do you mind if I take this to the mechanic to have him get it looked at? If he says no, you don't want that car. That's a big red flag. You want to take it to a mechanic, and basically you're doing your own warranty type situation, your own inspection check. Take it to a mechanic and say, hey, I'm looking about buying this car. Here's 50 bucks, here's 100 bucks. Can you look at it? Look under the engine. If he opens up the engine and go, wow, this is a beautiful car. Looks like, you know, he drives it around, does a little test drive. The mechanic says, yeah, this car is awesome. You know, I'd be happy, you know, and he's gonna get your business too, because you're gonna tell him, hey, I will take this car to you to work on, so, you know, whatever. But if he says, dude, this car sucks, I wouldn't buy this car, that's your sign right there. Don't buy that car. So there's a few little equations that need to add up. Number one, it's a used car. It's already depreciated. Number two, you lowball them and get a good deal on it. And number three, the car runs well and the mechanic says it's good. If you don't do those things and you want to just go to the dealership and finance a $60,000 car, this video is not for you. Go make a hugely dumb financial decision. By the way, the reason that that's so dumb is because once you have a $60,000 car loan payment and your car's only worth 20, you all of a sudden you owe like $40,000 more than what your car's worth. That's a really bad situation. Horrible. Because when you go to sell that car or get a new car, what's going to happen to that $40,000? A dealership will probably add that on to your next car loan. And now all of a sudden you go and finance another $50,000 car, but you owe $100,000 on it. Now all of a sudden you're stuck with a $2,500 car payment for a car, and then guess what? That car value is going to go down to 20K, and now all of a sudden you're like, it's just not good. You wanna like work on getting the cars paid off, or at least like having the money to be able to pay it off. Anyways, I'm rambling, but yeah. So you don't need to buy a new car to do Uber Black. Check your area. You're in our area in SoCal, it needs to be a 2016 or newer. By the time I'm filming this, it's 2023, so it's around 7 years old. It needs to be or newer. Now, how much you make in Los Angeles, you make around $2.49 per mile, and then the minimum trip fare is 15 bucks. And then it just needs to be an all black car, and you know the interior can be a different color. So doing Uber Black, you're not gonna be doing trips all day long unless you live in like Los Angeles and it's like a Saturday evening, then you could probably get pretty busy. But keep in mind, there will be other drivers out there who have that same mentality, who are taking up the other rides. So what you wanna do is have another job. You want to do another job, another remote job, and again, you can use Fetti to get a remote job that you can do while you're doing Uber Black. And sure, this might be a little frowned upon, but if you have a remote job or a sales job or something that you can do in between your rides, because when you're doing Uber Black, you might get a ride here and you might need to wait 2 hours for your next ride, but those rides are going to pay you 100, 200 bucks. It's going to be worth it, but you don't want to be driving all day long doing normal Uber X rides, because you're going to be driving for 10 hours and you're going to make 300 bucks. You do Uber Black, you're only gonna do 2, 3, 4 rides. You're still gonna make 3, 4, 500 bucks. But again, you wanna find another job, and you can use Fetti to get a list of high-paying job offers, remote job offers, and you're gonna do those in between, right? You're gonna work your job, your normal job, and now you have your remote job offer. Let's say they're paying you 200, 300 bucks a day. Now you're doing Uber Black, they're paying you 500, 600 bucks a day. Now all of a sudden you're making a salary, a quote-unquote salary, making $1,000 a day. And things start adding up, and your life will start changing drastically. But again, you need to make sure you use a car that's not eating away at all of your money. You don't want to have $1,000 car payment. You want to go buy a used car. There's so many, in the way you think about it, guys, there's so many good deals out there buying used private party, because people are desperate to sell because they're moving. Some of these people, they're moving out of the country. They need to, like, they're practically giving these cars away. You want to find somebody like that, and you don't want to be desperate. The last thing you want to do is, oh, I need a car really quick. I need a car today. Yes, I'll pay you whatever. You're going to end up overpaying. You want to say, oh, no, I don't need a car today. You know, I'm taking my time. I'll throw an offer here, throw an offer there, throw an offer here. That's how you get a good deal. And then you finally find somebody who's like, yeah, this is my grandpa's car, and I'm moving across this country. I need to get rid of this car yesterday. And you go, and how much are you selling it for? You go, I'm selling it for $22K. And you say, would you take 15 cash today? Let's go to the mechanic right now. If he says it's good, I'll give you the cash. Boom, you just got yourself a killer deal on a car that does Uber Black for 15 grand. And this is not a crazy, this is an awesome story, but it's not that rare. These things happen every day. Go find somebody who's desperate to sell. Go get a nice Uber Black car from them. Get yourself into doing Uber Black. And again, check the insurance that you need, and make sure you have the proper licensure. Here in my area, I was able to get signed up with Uber Black without getting any additional licenses or insurances. Usually those only cost around 50 bucks for a commercial license. If you do need one in your state, I think it has to do with your state law. And then the insurance, you need to find an insurance broker. Find somebody who will say, okay, tell me everything you need. He goes and he literally will like put it in the system. He'll go through like 50, 20 different insurances, find the cheapest one for you, for your situation. Boom, now you're in. So yeah, anyways, that's the major update, or I guess my major video with doing Uber Black and my spiel on how to get into it. Let me know if you agree with me. If you disagree with me, totally fine. This is how we learn. We hear different people's ideas. That's why you're watching this video. Again, sign up for Fetti, link below. At least enter your email. Maybe they'll send you a nice high-paying job offer. Maybe you only want to do Fetti because you don't think it's worth it. Let me know if you don't think it's worth it. But yeah, enter your email. Again, you just fill out like 3-4 questions, enter your email, and within 2 minutes, they will throw you some confetti, some Fetti job offers. Yeah, it's totally free when you use our link below. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon.